everybody, good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in to Call the Cops. My name is Officer Jamie Keneally, and tonight is Wednesday, February 17th, 2010. So if you're watching the show right now between the hours of 8 and 8:30, lucky you're watching it live. Tonight's guest, Mike O'Connor, will be out in just a second. One of my favorite guests. But before we get to Mike, I want to show you a story that appeared on Channel 7 this week. Story itself is about cabs, taxi cab drivers, if you will, specifically cabbies who have been making it a practice to refuse taking credit cards. So here's the bottom line. If you get into a cab and that cab has a credit card machine, you as a customer, as a passenger, have every right to use it. And you know what? The department would really like to thank Channel 7 for highlighting this particular issue, this problem. So what I'd like to do right now is take a look at the story as it appeared on Channel 7. So play when you get a chance, Davey, and we'll take a look at this thing.
Taxi! Our undercover producers are hailing cabs for just one reason.
Taxi!
We want to see if they will let them pay with a credit card. If you've been in the back seat of a Boston cab lately, you've seen the fancy brand new machines. Last July, the city's Hackney division, part of the Boston Police Department, told cab drivers, you've got to take plastic or you can't take passengers.
The police department is absolutely dedicated to make this work.
We found lots of cabs who were with the program. We hopped in, tapped the screen, swiped the card, and we're on our way. But we found some cab drivers trying to avoid a credit card fee are tricking customers into paying cash. Watch this.
Do you take credit cards?
The driver first asks, how much cash do you have? And then he tells our producer his credit card machine doesn't always work. Knowing the score, she pushes the buttons and it works just fine.
Credit card payment selected.
And our investigation found passengers say this driving deception is happening all over town.
They'll insist that the machine is broken.
They say the credit card machine's broken.
Or there'll be a sign over the credit card machine that says that it's broken.
But then, when these savvy passengers insisted they had no cash, suddenly the machines were fine.
If I try it, it does work.
First it was broken, then it worked.
And it always works, but it's always a fight.
Officials admit they know the machine is broken line is frequently just a lie.
How often are the drivers just not telling the truth?
More often than not.
In fact, over and over, drivers told our undercover riders their machines were out of order. And it's not just us. We found complaints about this are pouring into the police department. Just since last July, they've gotten 245 of them. That's more than one every day.
That's an enormous number of complaints.
Well, I think that we have our work cut out for us.
Why would cabbies do it? Credit card companies charge the drivers a fee for each transaction. So that means they make less money for each credit card trip. So if they can get you to pay in cash, they cash in. But that's against the rules. And here's what drivers don't know. Police showed us this new computer in their headquarters. It runs 24/7, recording and storing every taxi trip and every taxi transaction. So if customers report a broken credit card machine, the police can check to see if that claim is true.
What will happen is that we will bring that driver in, and if he doesn't have a good reason, there's a chance that he will lose his license for a day or two.
Police hope cabbies will soon realize that taking credit cards is a good thing, encouraging more passengers and bringing bigger tips. But if you think you've been misled, check our website for how to report it. In the newsroom, I'm Hank Philippi Ryan.
Love it. So basically, yeah, if you think you've been taken for a ride, or you've got a cabbie or taxi cab driver who doesn't want to accept the credit card and there's a machine in the car, call us. It is a problem. It is an issue. It is, trust me, being addressed. And again, we want to thank Channel 7 for highlighting the problem that exists. That's out there today. All right, other stuff we want to get to. Other video we'd like to take a look at. I know we did it last couple of weeks ago. I want to do it again. And want to thank my new favorite news anchor. Yeah, you know who it is. Maria Estefanos from Fox 25. Gotta love Maria. We asked her recently to MC a benefit for one of our officers. She showed up. Not only did she show up, she was great. She auctioned off a couple of events. I should say items. Maria, thank you so much for doing so. All right, now who's this guy we're looking at? Who's this handsome guy? Yeah, that's Sergeant Mike O'Connor. Unbelievable, but Sergeant O'Connor is heading up the, well, it used to be the Explorer program, but now it's the Youth Leadership Program. It's in its 4th year. He's here tonight to talk about it. Mike will be out in just a second. Before we get to Mike, though, This was the scene. Boston Police Headquarters a couple of weeks ago. The latent print units recently received full accreditation, or I should say full accreditation status, which as I've been told is a pretty big deal. Commissioner Davis on hand to host the party, if you will. Ceremony again was held at police headquarters, where the certificate of achievement was bestowed upon the latent print unit. You're looking at Jennifer Hannaford. She's the director of the unit, and we caught up to Jennifer recently, and she says, well, you know what? Good things happen when people work hard, and that was the case when it comes to the latent print unit. And she says, as far as the honor is concerned,
I think a successful certification through the American Society of Crime Lab Directors Laboratory Accreditation Board means we're pretty awesome. It does. And again, I talk about that quality product being delivered. We have shown them that we've set up a rigorous quality control and quality assurance program so that we can offer our citizens the best work coming out of this department in the area of latent prints.
Thank you so much, and again, congratulations. All right, Charlie Moore, police officer Charlie Moore, was on the show not too long ago. You know about the story. If you don't, let me just refresh your memory. Charlie put together a phenomenal basketball tournament out in area D, in D14, out in Brighton. Ran a great tournament. He also had a couple of the Boston Celtics. Invited a couple of the Celtics to show up. And so we spoke to Charlie recently. He said the tournament was great, but having the Celtics there made it even
People always say,
greater.
you know, when you're that age, you look up to the people, their role models. And I mean, that's, generally what you want to do. You want to be that person that's playing professional basketball. You want to be that person that's, playing for the Celtics. So to actually get a chance to see him and actually speak to him, and I think it was great. And like I said, I mean, the message that we sent to them, we tell kids all the time, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And coming from us, it's like, yeah. Hearing it from a professional athlete, especially someone who Big Baby and Tony Allen, who actually grew up in a lot of these kids did, in the same type of neighborhood. To hear it from them, I think it was a little bit more heartfelt and a little bit more realistic.
Parents tell you to eat vegetables, you don't do it. Big Baby Davis, one of the Celtics, says do it. Suddenly, I guess you do it. All right, that's Big Willie Gross, the man you see right there on the screen, Deputy Superintendent Gross, showing you Willie, because as you know, Willie was on the show not too long ago as well, and he put together that great event over in Dorchester. Shop with the Cop is what we're talking about. Shop with the Cop couldn't have been a bigger success. 50 kids, check that, 100 kids, 100 cops showed up. Every kid got a $50 gift card. They shopped together, lots of smiles, great success. Look at this cute kid here. I mean, how great is that? And Willie Gross, Deputy Gross, is deserving, as well as all the officers who showed up that night, deserving.